Hello, this is Tim Law with Playing It Forward Coaching and Self-Reliant You. Always remember your dreams, your goals, your life, your career are all essential. A big thank you to over 300 people that have subscribed to the channel, Playing It Forward Coaching on YouTube. There's a great deal of collective wisdom here. I have a young man that I had the privilege of knowing as a teacher and his wrestling coach back in Eastern Guilford Middle School. Gosh, it's 10 years now, which is amazing for the time goes. Anyway, Timothy Johnson, one of the strongest guys I've ever met. And also not only a very, very strong guy, but a guy with a huge, wonderful heart, a huge, wonderful family. And Tim, it's great to have you here and just share your story a little bit, and we'll go from there. Great seeing you.
All right, great seeing you too, Miss Long. Hello, I'm Timothy Johnson. I've been coached by Mr. Law since the 8th grade. We had a pretty heart-to-heart talk. I told him, I want to go play basketball, and he snagged me up, and he was like, no, you need to be a wrestler. I was always a pretty big kid. In 8th grade, I was about 5'10", 200 something pounds. He's like, you don't have any business being on the court. And I remember it was later, and it was kind of late. I went and tried out for basketball, and I didn't make it. And he's like, your home is always here, so I'll be glad to take you. And that was my first year ever wrestling. Very good coach. He made me win regional, the middle school conference tournaments and stuff, and had a pretty successful record. Only lost like one match first year ever wrestling. Mm-hmm. Coach Law was a great coach, and I prospered from wrestling in middle school all the way to high school.
Yeah, tell us about your high school career, Tim.
High school career, came in, it was a long journey. That's when I actually had to start cutting weight, because it was at that time I had some weight to lose. I came in the season around, I also played football as well. I was like 195, 200 pounds, cut all the way down to 182. As a true freshman in high school, had a decent record. I went 20-17 as a true freshman. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And my sophomore year, I end up getting like 30-11. I won the conference tournament as a sophomore, but I made it short of regionals. I had a tough bracket at the 195 pound weight class. So after that, I kept training and found off season wrestling. And by my junior year, prospered a lot better. I won the regional tournament. I won the conference tournament, regional tournament, placed 4th in the state as a junior. Mm-hmm. Then by my senior year, I swept everything out with only 2 losses, won the conference and regional tournament, and got 2nd place as a senior in the state tournament at a 195 pound weight class.
Yeah, that's just tremendous, Tim. And we also had a guy who was a good teammate of yours, Willie Bivens, who I'm trying to get, I'd love to do an interview with Willie. He's awesome. And then some guy named Randall Diaby, who I've also, you guys all knew each other and worked out with each other. He went to Dudley High School while you were at Eastern Guilford High School. Tell us a little bit too, Tim. You said you went on to, you've been in the military now for the last 3 years. And by the way, thank you for your service, of course. So tell us a little bit about that and anything else you want to add in there.
Well, before the military, I did a little wrestling in college too as well. Okay. I did 2 years. My first year, I got my true freshman in college, got a 30-15 record, placed 3rd in a regional tournament, but I was a national qualifier, but didn't place. Mm-hmm. My sophomore year, I got 4th in the regional tournament and the national qual. I never placed though. Then after I finished wrestling in college, I didn't want to continue doing 4 years in college. At this time, I decided to join the service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what, Tim, what were some of the life lessons that you learned as far as the sport of wrestling or football was concerned, and things that have helped you as far as your life and career going forward? Because this was 10 years ago that you and I were together there.
Well, it taught me a life lesson to be more disciplined, when I had to start cutting weight, I had to eliminate the foods I couldn't eat. Like me, I like to eat, and so I had to be disciplined and cut up cut into my diet a little bit, or if I did eat something I wasn't supposed to, I had the discipline to go like burn it off, because everybody likes to eat. I love to eat. Hey, food is good, but it also taught me about building character and morale as well,
Mhm.
because you're going to have a lot of people that try to have negativity, but if you keep your mindset right and know what you can do and help others with that positive morale, it'll boost you in your surrounding, and that makes you become a leader when you have positive morale and get your team involved.
Sure, sure. No, it makes a lot of sense. And tell us a little about your family, Tim, because I said I have very fond memories of, I didn't know your brother real well, but your mom and dad I got to know really well, and just outstanding people. What can you tell me about your mom and dad?
Um, my mom and dad, they're very good, really good. My dad is also he's retired military,
Hmm.
and my mom, she works in the medical field as a medical assistant. And my older brother, he was very good athlete, good at football and basketball, but he didn't continue to play sports in college. He majored in IT, information technology, and he has a
Hmm.
job at IBM now. So that's what he does and lives his life.
Very good, very good. And now, okay, you've been in the military now for the last 3 years, Tim. What are your plans going forward as far as what you want to do, regarding the military?
I re-enlisted for another 3 years. I am getting married. I'm getting
Whoa!
married in I'm getting
Congratulations,
married in 12
congratulations.
days.
I'm sorry. When?
I'm getting married in 12 days.
Fantastic. Yeah. And what's the lady's name, Tim?
Not Nahila Price.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. So you got to be pretty excited. I'm sure your mom is very excited about the upcoming wedding here and everything.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. Good. Good. And so, what advice would you give to, let's say, high school juniors and seniors, or people that are in college or the military, Tim? People of teenagers or young adults. What would be the additional advice you would give to them?
My initial advice for just life, for sports or life every day, just know what you're there for a purpose.
Hmm.
You're not always there to like make friends with everybody. You're here to focus on your career.
Hmm.
You're here to gravitate and become a better person, a
Hmm.
better mentor, and things like that. And I know some of the younger community, some high school and college people, some people are having kids, and just be a better role model for like your kids, and
Hmm.
have them as a role model for them to look up to.
Fantastic. I just think that, as I said, I really enjoyed, being with you guys, even though I was only with you for the 2010-2011 season there. But we had a group of hardworking guys out of the 10 teams that year. In the middle school, we ended up taking third in the tournament and everything. Just a great bunch of hardworking guys. And I will say this about you, that you were I had a lot of middle school and high school kids in the past, and you were, and I told you this at the time, you were the strongest middle school kid I've ever experienced. And my understanding too was you were actually, when you were in eighth grade, your age was actually that of a seventh grader. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So you were definitely strong beyond your beyond your age for sure. And just a great attitude. You worked hard, and hey, you listen to the coach. You didn't belong out there on the round ball basketball court, my man. You were born to be a wrestler, and you turned into a darn good one, my man. Yeah. Yeah. So, any last words here, Tim, before we conclude? And then please stick around for a minute or two after we get finished. Any last minute thoughts that you have here?
All I just gotta say for any young athlete, just to keep pushing, never give up on yourself, always fight. You're here for a purpose, prosper to be number one and be on top. And also just take everything that you learn and get that information and do your best. Always remember, is a quote, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work.
Very, very good. Well said, Tim. And thank you so very, very much. This was outstanding. Please hang out here for a minute afterwards. Okay. Thank you.
All righty.